And
all right, guys, breaking down some organs again. So, butchered 3 hogs on Saturday before my daughter's birthday in the morning. One was sold to a wonderful family, another half was sold to another family, and the rest were mine. So, and now this is not all pigs. We did a ton of chickens too. We're going to show you kind of what we're pulling out of the freezer, because a lot of times we are harvesting. We did 75 birds. When we're harvesting like that, I'm certainly not breaking them down the same day. In fact, what I do is I usually will put a post out and attract 10 to 15 various strangers that I've never butchered. And when we're doing the birds, it's quite common, whether it be the turkeys or the chickens. When I do the post, I bring in all these people interested in learning for free, because the way I look at it is they're only helping me. I teach them. My birds are all processed. I'm not paying anybody. Me and my family are already doing it. We need more help. So it's kind of a win-win for both of us, because they learn a special art, which is feeding themselves and processing a chicken or a turkey. We get the bounty. So the chickens we sell, we never stuff the feet or the organs back in the bird ever. We do on the turkeys, not on the chickens. You buy a whole chicken, you're just gonna get the whole chicken. We keep these for ourselves. The chicken's a special thing. So is the turkey. So what we're looking at here, and I'll go through the pork in a little bit, but chicken feet, guys, you've seen my videos. What are we looking at here? Chicken feet. What do we want feet for? There's more gelatin in this than anything. Collagen, gelatin, nourishment, vitamins, minerals. Come on, folks. It's in that little beauty right there. Make a broth out of this. It'll jiggle like Jell-O. You'll be amazed at the beauty of the broth, because most of the time people are used to buying a bone broth or a broth, and it is water. It's amazing to me. I think, what the heck are they doing when they make that stuff? It is pure liquefied water. This is funny, but I made for my dogs like 4 cups of rice with some peas and corn, and was adding in some organs and stuff for them, and some eggs and stuff. Even they got my bone broth, which when I poured the beef out, it went like a Jell-O blob. That's what I want, okay? This is what that's gonna come from. What is it gonna come from? This. Gelatin comes from the feet, folks. That's a pork foot. That's a hamp right there. We do hamp and direct cross. This is probably a young boy, young girl, fixed male or female, possibly 8-9 months old. We don't do them younger at 6 anymore. We like to let them mature a little bit more. It's just not a right age. They're too young, too lean. I want fat. I want fat. My fat's not out here, guys. I got a tub over there still loaded. The freezer's still loaded. I decided to bring in a little fat to show you guys, those of you not familiar, the kidneys. So we talk about suet. You talk about tallows. Where are those coming from? Now, lard and tallow, there's external and there's internal. So we've got the one that comes on the external of the goat, the lamb, the pork, the beef, and then we've got the real fat. Now on a pig, what you're looking at there is called leaf lard. That's not even called lard anymore, leaf lard. Don't mistake it for a leaf. I know it's confusing. It's the spectacularness of this. So the kidney is gently nestled in leaf lard. Okay, that's how it works. It protects it. You and me, we're the same, folks. I hope you don't have this much, though. If you do, get to the doctor. No, don't get to the doctor. Don't go there.
Actually, yeah.
I changed my mind. So there's our beautiful kidney fat. So people don't even know sometimes what they're asking for when they go, oh, I want the good fat, the kidney fat. That's it. It's on every animal. I decided not to bring out we have big bags that are of the external fat that comes on our bodies that we all carry on our backs, stomachs. Well, actually, stomachs, take it back, because on a pig, that is your bacon, baby. Again, let's see if we left the kidney in this. I don't know if I did or popped it out or any at all, because sometimes I actually pop them out on site. Okay, it looks like I popped this guy out. This is your typical leaf lard. So now leaf lard, another form of leaf lard that's really cool that I'm going to show you on pork. And it comes on all animals. They can't be a little baby. They will not have it. They have to start maturing, get a little older. Sows, old animals, sheep, definitely you're going to see a lot of this. What this is when we actually are open the organs are removed and the body cavity is empty. This actually, on every living being, sits inside of our body cavity to protect us. This is what is our safety. The organs sit gently on this. It doesn't look like this because it's stretched so beautifully over the interior. It would kind of blow your mind, you know, just how God has really created the being. And thank you, God, for dominion to eat some animals. So the kidney fat is a beautiful thing, guys, and that's what I'm kind of trying to show you. Is you've got the kidney fat that comes around it. You've also got the kidney fat, which is leaf lard on the interior of the body cavity. So you've got those two and external. Let's move on. Now what we're doing here, other than making a mess, my husband hates this night. But I just brought back 2 hogs from the butcher and had to really kind of remove a little space because I got a cow going in a couple months. Love that beef, boy. I tell you what, Marty, God, is he a good boy. So let's move on. We've got talking about the lard, which came from, that was from a hog, a pig. If anyone doesn't understand hogs, I've said hog a few times and people have said, excuse me? So that refers to a pig. We have pig heart, okay, pork heart, another term, pork. So the pork, there's a reason why we're using all of their body parts for humanity. That is the size of your heart. That is what you are like. That is the life of all beings. It's a really blessed living thing. It's a real special treat when we harvest and get it. We got bigger ones. The bigger the beast, the bigger the heart, okay? All different types. We showed you the kidney. What is this gorgeous stuff over here? This is what I'm going to be eating here a little tonight, is what this is. So what we're talking here, and I know a lot of you carnivores out there, you're really spectacular on the beef liver. I get beef liver. I love it too. And you love that lamb liver. And I know there's controversy with the pork, but let me tell you what a little pork liver tastes like. It's candy, okay? This is candy. These are beautiful livers here. So 4 lobes on the liver, folks. These ones have been harvested to perfection, if you ask me, because you can see all 4 lobes. We're all the same. They get bigger and larger depending on what's alive. You can see the connections. I mean, we're perfect. This is, if you've got liver problems, this is why sometimes you go, they can remove some. Yes, they can. They definitely can, because we've got many lobes. So when you go in, they say they're removing a bottom half of the lobe. There's what they're doing. And guess what it does? God has blessed us all to regenerate. So the amazing truth behind it is I believe it is the lungs and the liver can regenerate. It's just remarkable. When I'm going through organs and processing for my family, the dogs, and neighbors and friends that want some, I can't help but be amazed at, again, the beauty of, as I'm touching, I am made of the same. So I am made of the same cloth as these, and I definitely respect that, folks. So let's go to some lungs, because guess what is hidden in the lung as we butcher and throw away the lung? Okay, here's some lungs. We got lots of them here. Okay, pork lung. Ooh. So now, don't get frightened about, oh, one's in color is different, it must be unhealthy. So unfortunately, when we shoot an animal, damage to the body does occur. You're dying, okay? There is no way of shooting the animal. Now, sometimes I get pristine lungs. Sometimes I get lungs like this. A lot of times this is handling of the lungs also. So when you get blood like this on them, pulling them out and grabbing and being rough after death, that creates that. You get some that, not too bad, and they've been frozen. Remember, I'm defrosted these and had to bring them back in. So the lung, folks, 25% protein. Okay, now this looks like a sponge, a complete air ball. I mean, when you hold it, if Rhea wasn't holding the baby, I'd make her hold it, because that's probably 6 ounces is all. It's so light.
Oh, wow.
So light. Our lungs, and I love when the butcher comes over and we butcher, because when I met him 20 years ago, 15 years ago, he would pump the lungs up for me. And after you process an animal, you can pump them up and make them operate just like they lived. And not to be gross, it was more of it's just an amazing thing to see how it operates. So lungs, we keep the lungs because of the amount of protein and nourishment, vitamins and minerals. Don't be fooled when you are processing that animal. You want everything, guys. So we've gone through the lungs. We've got the liver. we didn't touch on this. We'll go this way and that way.
Okay.
Beef cheek, or a pork cheek. This is a pork cheek, folks. So what is a jowl pork cheek? Okay, well, goes here. Your hog usually has big, chunky, fat, cute cheeks. They all do. If the hog is old enough, meaning, you know, a little over 6 months, sometimes at 6 months you can get this. Nice cheek, that's the meat of the cheek, that's the steak of the cheek, and this is all the fat. And this, what this forms is the jowls are actually bacon. You can see the lining through it. If I cut it in half, you'd see it's identical to the bacon on their tummy. So we collect all cheeks. All cheeks, guys. 2 cheeks per hog, okay? You're gonna want the fat, you're gonna want the meat in it. It's delicious when it's cured and cooked properly. Divine.
Was it pork cheek or beef cheek for us?
That's a pork cheek right there. Oh, I cooked the beef cheek on a video. That's right.
Yeah.
So on the last video we did, guys, of organs, I had couple beef cheeks and I cooked those up that night. Well, they were gone the next day.
They were really good.
Delish. Okay. Spleen, folks. Spleen. There's our spleen. What is next to the spleen? Fat is attached to all organs, guys. It's the protective, nurturing factor of fat. What is this? Beautiful stuff. Anybody know? So that's the fat around the stomach, and it's called caul. C-A-U-L. Caul fat.
That looks amazing.
Caul fat is a webbing that God designed perfectly on us and every living thing. And I'm sure that its pattern even has something special to encapsulate the organs in such a comfortable fashion that you can jump around, be crazy, do all you want, and your organs just stay in their place. It's a beautiful thing. So those are spleens. We have 4 spleens. We've gone through the fat. We've gone through the hearts, kidneys, all that. Okay, feet, guys, and then we'll touch on some chicken. Feet. What the heck? I'm not going to touch them because I've been touching the other stuff. And the feet are actually dirty because I haven't cleaned them. But what I will do, here, hold up here, guys. Let me get a little bit of a towel. Here we go. I don't mind. Just don't want to totally touch too many things. Okay, foot. So, as we talk about the foot, this is a spectacular feature of the foot. Okay? So, all this is a pork foot. Some of you are going to go, gross. Ew, we hate her. God, I hope her house burns down. It's a pork foot is what it is, okay? And it's delicious. Not only are pickled, I'm a Jew, so pickled pork's feet are delicious. Sorry if I offended. Pickled herring, pickle it, baby. Me and my dad would eat it all. But feet are divine. Now, it does have to be cooked a long time. There's so much collagen. People are talking about the chicken foot. Have they even stomped into the pig foot? No. Cheap alternative. They're getting top dollar, guys, for these. Check into some pork feet. Broth is divine. Fat content, collagen, turns into a jello blob instantaneously. I do suggest do a high boil. Cut the skin off. Now, you can cut the skin off without the high boil. You can actually just not even boil it. I just cut the skin off in the cold, but some people have claimed when they cook it a little more, they have a little more access to slicing it off. I just go for it the way it is. Okay. You know, and guys, the context of this is to show you, you know, I've got the sealer. I'm going to go through the bags, what we're doing. It's going to be kind of a long video because I want you to understand what we're doing here. That we're trying to preserve food. Are any of you concerned about the price of meat at all? Bones? The stuff nourishing my body? Because I don't know, I love a salad, but guess what? I can't farm on a salad. I want to die. Okay? All you vegans, God bless you. God bless you, because guess what? I love salad. And when I eat it, you can't do what I'm doing. You may be able to look gorgeous, because all the vegans are gorgeous, but you can't do all this. It's hard, man. So I use that meat, I use that fat to do a little nourishment, and prices are going up. Everything's out of control. If you can get your hands on a neighbor, a friend, a farm nearby, get a quarter, get a half, get an eighth, go in with the neighbor. I can't even do a quarter. We just want 10 pounds. You'll be forever changed. I mean, you really will. It's an amazing thing. And ask if you can get those organs, if you can get a portion of those, because you're going to want some liver and stuff in your life. It's really, really accommodating to our lifestyles and amino acids. I mean, I don't have to go down it, guys. Amino acids, okay? We have got so many fatty acids, amino acids, so many fats, carbohydrates, proteins, nourishment we need that does not come from anything other than the yucky organs. That's right, the yucky organs. So if you're not eating them, you're taking a pill. Joe Schmo schmixed up in his garage and threw in a little filler and stuff. We all know because it's tough. Mm-hmm. I third party check everything, and it can be real frustrating. So let's move on. Feet. We've done lots of videos on feet, guys. Here's a big fat foot. Look at that big chunko. Kind of looks like Eden's foot right now, only she's a human form and this is a chicken. So that's a gorgeous foot. You should not be seeing sores on the bottom of that foot. If you're raising chickens, you guys are seeing wounds. Here's an example. 2 of them. This is a chicken that is not doing good. Look at that.
Oof.
What that sore is, it's like a little bunion that happens on their foot. It's because that turd ball didn't move ever. They stood. Maybe they crapped and stood in the crap. These chickens, if I spot them early, butcher them. Feed them to the family. Get them done. Keep these guys, the big ones, clean feet. They move great. They're hungry. They take care of themselves. You see the sickly ones, and it does happen. It's because these are a hybrid breed. This is the Cornish cross you're looking at, folks. If I had I do heritage birds too. This just happens to be the 75 Cornish. I don't like them. People like them. So here's another example. If we just look at this, so this is the very back coming to the knee. You see a little bit of bruising there on that leg. He wasn't happy. Now, what if you had that on your knee? Okay, now that's going to hurt, guys. Mm-hmm. That wasn't from us processing. That was always before. If you're purchasing chicken in the store, folks, and you see bruising and stuff, run. I'm going to tell you what that means. That bird was injured and hurt before it was killed, okay? You see that kind of stuff, get out of there. That chicken is not the chicken you want. You want something humanely raised that, yes, life has to end, but we want it to be happy and smiling on the beach with a martini, its feet up in the air when it happens. We do not want someone kicking it, beating it, and abusing it. That poor life it's just sad. So, feet are super important. The gelatin, the collagen, the vitamins, the minerals I've talked about. You guys, you're going to get really a lot of collagen out of this. You're dealing with arthritis. You guys are feeling like you're crickety in the morning, as I say, the Tin Man, where you're like, oil me up so I can get going. Get some feet. Now be careful. If you didn't go to the farm, they're going to be bleached in ammonia. You don't want the bleach and ammonia. Find them farm fresh. I promise you, I don't care where you are. There's a farm 30 minutes away. If you got to take a taxi, you got to Uber it, you got to hitchhike. Maybe you got to, hook it a little. I don't know. Get to the chicken feet because you're going to want them in your life. They've changed mine. When I drink the chicken broth from these guys, honestly, it's really fulfilling because it's thick, it's brothy, it's gelatinous. Okay, chickens, let's move on to the Cornishes. We got some fun stuff here, and I'm going to go through all of it despite how long it can be because, God darn it, I have to explain it all. So, what the heck is this, folks? Some of you know. This is a crop. I'm sorry, this is a gizzard, not the crop. So, it's a shame there's not one in here that didn't get skinned because I would love to show you guys the work that goes into these. So what you're looking at here, this is the interior. And let me get a large one like I kind of had. So on your chicken and on your turkey, and I'm not familiar with ducks, but they might have something similar. I called this the stomach and people flipped their lids and told me it wasn't. Thank you for correcting me. I was trying to give everyone that doesn't understand an example. Chickens have the gizzard, and they have the crop. When you watch a chicken eat, the first thing is this balloon bag in their chest that fills up as they're eating. Okay, that is the crop. It's a holding tank. It does nothing. When you butcher a bird, that is a thin elastic sac with no purpose other than a holding tank to prepare it to get pulverized. What this is, now these are actually sealed up like this. They're completely one piece, sealed. If I had no cuts, seal it back up so you look like the solid disc. And when we get them out of the bird, they're full. They're very full. There's an even bigger one. They're very full. You can see it's like the lining of a stomach.
It's like a vagina.
It does look a little bit like a vagina too. This is not a vagina, folks. Don't get excited. So when we do this, again, and it was actually, boop, there we go, like that. Now it looks like a butthole and we probably can't say this stuff, but looks like some gross stuff. That's your gizzard, guys. The gizzard carries the grit. So anybody that knows about chickens and poultry, they eat rocks. Why do they eat rocks? To grind up their food. It's what it does. That's the purpose of breaking down the food, the grains and stuff they have. It's in here, guys. That's it. This is solid meat. It's delicious. It's not disgusting like we were describing a minute ago. People love these fried. What is this? Oh, I love these. Oh, what the heck is that?
Speaking of.
These are testicles of a young Cornish cross. By the way, he was obviously a happy boy. He had a good endowed pair, because I'll show you his friend that probably was like, I wish I was you. Let's see. So we keep it all. Why do you keep the testicle? You keep the testicle because it's full of fat, folks. All different sizes. I'll show you a few here from different birds. You can see they're all sizes. When we're removing, we keep it all. It's all good. I mean, we're not sitting there going, yuck, yum. It's edible, all of it, and it really can feed a person. Hearts. Let's get a few hearts here. Okay. Okay, here's another example of something I'll show you. The color. Okay, you froze them. These were all butchered the same day, different colors. Guys, we have froze them. It's okay. Stuff changes in the freezer. Don't look at it and start saying parasites, disease, and look something up and wonder what it is. Chances are you're freaking out, okay? These are gorgeous hearts from chicken fried up. They might as well be Skittles and deliciousness. You could just pop them in your throat. My sister and grandma used to fight over who got the hearts and livers of the chicken. I didn't fight over it. Here we go. Let's do another something fun while we're looking through the organs. That's a chicken lung. Okay, now we saw the pork lung.
Jeez.
Now you can see it's quite a developed little thing. Now this is, months later. You can see the slits in it. This was a perfect living organism in this chicken that completely assisted in its breathing. Let's see if we got some other ones here. Oh, we've even got like some of these actually had the technically the hose to your air pipe. So this is what's in the throat. This would be up here in the throat like this. They would breathe. And there's the lung attached. We find that it's quite fun when we're processing to do anatomy. Everybody gets to learn. It's a good thing. Who's learning this now? You're not. And what you're learning in school is kind of scaring me. So we do not keep the kidney at the chicken. That's the one thing. Sometimes, someone throws, here we go. We don't keep those. But someone does once in a while. They're not popular. So we just don't keep them. But here's what is delicious. This is the liver of the chickens. This is just beautiful. Again, just like if we look at, this is very cool. If I can get it right to you guys. Remember the 4 lobes?
All right, yeah.
Okay, God is so perfect, so he knows what he's doing. Now remember, this was ripped out of bird, and we had to remove the bile sac. So on a bird, it's tiny, not like that. It's got the same 4 lobes, so we have the same factor here. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the center, we've removed the bile sac, which just comes with it. These are wonderful for you guys. Nourishment in the liver. Maybe your carnivore diet is telling you you need beef liver, but if what you can afford is chicken liver, then you eat that liver. If what you can afford is a pork liver, you eat that liver. Don't think that beef liver is the only thing hearty and nourishing the soul. There is a reason why the pork is replacing our organs. I do agree that they have a different dynamic nourishment-wise, and people love the grass-fed beef, and this is more omnivore. But personally, they're just wonderful, and I love it. So, what are we doing here? Let me rinse my hands, and I can show you the bag sizes I use here real quick. So, I seal all of this up unless I have a plan to make a bunch of dog food, and sometimes I'll go right into that. It's just dog food only. Other times, it's not. I actually want to preserve the organs so I can pull out some at a time. I don't want them all ground up. So this batch is exactly that, because we're coming to the end of the year and we've ground a lot this year. We want to leave some whole organs too. So I used to use rolls of vacuum sealing bags. I do not have a chamber vacuum sealer, guys. If you want to send me one, go right ahead. I have a cheap $18 sealer. That's it. So you can buy the roll in 100 feet, or you can buy the bags. And guess what? They're damn near the same price. The bags are fantastic. It's very easy with all sizes. And I'll show you here. We got little ones, medium ones, large and extra large. That way, whatever it is you're putting in here, whether I'm throwing some lungs in, we got the right size bag. Sometimes you process, you don't want to deal with it all. You just want to get it packaged. Get the bags, guys. Trust me, for the little bit of savings, it's worth it. I only put what is named 2 lungs per bag. I'm not going to be crazy and put 4 hearts in there. Are you going to defrost 4 hearts to eat? No. So that's why we have the little ones. We like doing 1 heart alone, 2 kidneys, just the way it intended in our body, 1 of the liver. Sometimes I even cut the liver in half because on pork it's pretty large. You don't want all that. And you want to keep it fresh. So we vacuum seal, guys, and this is pretty much going to conclude our portion of, again, breaking down some organs and making good use of what is 100% of the animal. Let's not be greedy and say I'm too good for all this and I just want filet mignon and throw it all away. There's more nourishment in all this right here than in your filet mignon. So get in the kitchen, guys. Get on the farm. Start doing something new. Stop repeating your same old behaviors. Let's learn something new. It's a lot of fun. You can pass it on to friends, neighbors, and family.